Hey, hello everybody, Getúlio Tamid. I'm an English teacher, psychoanalyst, and social educator. And in today's video, we're going to take a look at twin pattern verbs that will also help you never forget how to tell a story. Before we continue, I'd like to ask you to do the thing only you can do. Subscribe, like, and bell. I just want to remind you that if you want to improve your speaking skills, that can only be achieved through a cognitive process, which is through talking. You can count on me and book a lesson at italki.com/Getúlio Tamid. I've also started a playlist called Anyone Can Be a Ventriloquist. Please check the card and learn English through dummy ventriloquism, because I do believe anyone can become a ventriloquist. What I like about this pattern is that the first form, the present form, is different, but the second form, which is the past, and the third form, which is the participle of the past, are identical. Many verbs in English will end with the letter D, and because of this, the past and the participle will turn to T sound. Let's take a look at it. All right, 5 twin pattern verbs. Storytelling. Why storytelling? Because once you learn the pattern, especially in the past and the past participle, you learn how to tell stories very well. So let's get started with the first verb, which is to bend. Bend, bend in the past, and bend in the past participle. Let's see the meaning of the verb. One of the best ways to learn English, to improve English, is to learn how to define a word. So how do you define this word? According to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, is to constrain or strain to tension by curving, like bend a bowl. To turn or force from straight or even to curved or angular. Bend a pipe, like a pipe of water, for example, a plastic pipe or an iron pipe. Yes, to force from a proper shape. Or bicycles, like in the example, her bicycle's back wheel got bent in the crash. Or to force back to an original straight or even condition. Bend a wire flat. Yes, to return the wire into the flat position. All right, so some more examples, more simplified examples are over here. I usually bend the rules a little when creativity leads to better results. So that means that I usually make the rules more flexible a little when creativity leads to better results. So this sentence is in the present simple. During the hike, he bent the metal pole to fix the broken tent. So in this case, literally, there was a curve during the hike. So he bent the metal. So he inclined the metal pole to fix the broken tent. So the tent was broken, so he needed to get it bent. And it is in the simple past. Third example, by the time the coach arrived, the player had bent his knee and could barely stand. Okay, one action happened while another was happening. So this is the past participle. Yes, by the time the coach arrived, the player was already hurt. So the player had bent his knee and could barely stand. All right, here we go. Bend, bent, bent. The next verb is to build. Build, built, built. What's the meaning? Let's learn how to define the word build. The verb to build is as in to construct, to form by putting together parts or materials. Like in the example, he spent hours building a model airplane from a kit. Yes, let's see some more examples. So both in the past, simple past, present, simple past, and past perfect. Here we go. They build strong professional relationships by communicating clearly and consistently. So in this case, to build, it was not a construction with real material, with concrete material, but it's a subjective meaning to build relationships. You can build relationships by communication, by interaction, and all that stuff. Next example, last year, the company built a training center to support new educators. So in this case, it was a real construction, a construction with bricks, with iron, with cement. So the company built a training center. They constructed a training center, and it's in the simple past. Next example, by the time the project was evaluated, the team had built a solid foundation of trust and skills. So in this case, build here is also a subjective meaning, a figurative meaning. That's why we build foundations, build trust in this case. When you can build trust among your cooperators, your collaborators. That was the case. Let's see the next verb. So the next verb is to send. Send, sent, sent. What is the meaning of this verb? Let's check it out. The meaning of this verb, according to the dictionary, is as in shipped. It's to cause to go or be taken from one place to another. So it has to do with transportation, transporting one thing, but you have somebody to do that for you. For example, the mail carrier or the transportation company. They promise to send the package in the morning. Yes. Amazon, for example, they promised to send a package in the morning and I haven't gotten it yet. So there's got to be a problem in the delivery and on and on. Okay, let's see some examples. The standard here is simple past, simple present, simple past, and past perfect. I usually send detailed feedback to my students after each lesson. How can I do that? Well, via email or I can only be via email or maybe Telegram or WhatsApp or even a text message. All right. And yesterday she sent the document before the deadline. So in this case, it might have been also papers in an envelope, something like this. And yesterday she sent. Yes. Next example, by the time the meeting started, they had sent all the necessary emails. So by the time the meeting began, all the papers, all the necessary emails, and all the handouts probably, they were already there because they have been sent by the people in charge. Next verb, let's check it out. It's spend. Spend, spent, spent. What does it mean to spend? Pay attention. Yep. Spend is something as in to pay. You spend money, you spend time to hand over or use up in payment. Yes, as I said to you, you can spend money. Like in the example, I always end up spending too much money at the mall, but you can also spend time. And that's why the next examples you have, he usually spends his free time improving his professional skills. So in this case, it's not money, but time. Last weekend, they spent several hours discussing the project. And by the end of the course, she had spent a lot of time refining her presentation. So keep in mind that you can spend money or you can spend time. This is it. Next verb. Here we go. Lend, lent, lent. The meaning, please? Maestro, yes. As in to give, but wait a minute. I give my thing, so I lend? No, it's not like that. It's to give to another person, to someone, for temporary use with the understanding that understanding that it or a like thing will be returned. It's quite confusing, a little confusing there, but anyway, that's the explanation from the dictionary. I can lend you my copy, so I can give you my copy temporarily. I lend you my copy. of the textbook until the weekend. Can you lend me $5? So if I lend you $5, it means that I want the $5 back later. So it's temporarily. Let's see some more simple examples. I'm sorry. She often lends her notes to classmates who missed the lesson. So she doesn't give the notes because her notes, they belong to her. So she needs the notes. So she gives the notes just for a little while. He lent his laptop to a colleague during the conference. So it was only during the conference, all right? No, it was not a donation. It was just temporary stuff. By the time the exam began, the teacher had lent all the required materials to the students. So, as you can see, when the exam started, the teacher had already lent all the required materials to the students. So the students had the materials when the exam began. There you go. And the next one, there isn't a next one. Thank you very much for watching. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Thank you so very much.